vast reaches of space were silent, but Earth's leaders knew something was coming. For weeks, strange signals had been detected by their deep space listening posts. Signals from the Galaxy Council, a powerful group of alien worlds that had long kept order over many star systems. The Council was known for its strict rules and harsh punishments for any planet that disobeyed. Humanity had always watched them carefully, aware that Earth was far behind in technology compared to many alien races. But now, the Council's latest message was different. It was a warning, a demand, and a threat all rolled into one. The entire world paused as the message arrived, broadcast across every channel, every frequency, in a voice cold and unyielding. Earth, the Council's leader declared, "Your development of advanced technology has gone too far. You have disturbed the balance. Surrender all your weapons and share your knowledge with the Council, or suffer destruction." The word sent a chill through governments everywhere. Leaders convened emergency meetings, military forces went on high alert, and scientists worked furiously to understand what the Council's threat truly meant. Could Earth resist such a powerful enemy? The Council's ships were massive, armed with weapons that could destroy cities in seconds. They had fleets that patrolled the stars, and their spies were everywhere. As the Council's ultimatum echoed, through Earth's communication networks, people across the globe held their breath, waiting for what might come next. But then something strange happened. Just minutes after the threat was delivered, the Council's entire fleet vanished. One by one, their massive ships disappeared from sensor readings and telescopes, as if swallowed by the void itself. Confusion turned into disbelief. How could such a powerful force just vanish? No distress calls, no battles, no explanation. The silence was deafening. The world's top scientists and military leaders scrambled to make sense of the disappearance. Some feared a trap, others thought of disaster or rebellion within the Council ranks. Earth's greatest minds worked non-stop, trying to uncover clues hidden in the last transmission or the strange energy spikes picked up moments before the ships vanished. Meanwhile, rumors spread among the people. Was this a sign of hope, or something even worse? The tension was thick as every nation wondered if Earth was next on a path to war or survival. Amid the chaos, a young astrophysicist named Dr. Lina Morales stood quietly in her lab, staring at the strange patterns on her screen. Unlike the politicians and generals, Lina saw the disappearance as a puzzle to be solved. Her curiosity pushed her to dig deeper, to search for answers beyond the fear gripping the planet. As Earth held its breath, Lina noticed a faint quantum signal near the edge of the Council's territory, a ripple in space-time that seemed to pulse with a secret message. What she found could change everything. The Council's vanishing was not just a mystery, it was a warning of a greater danger, lurking in the dark corners of the galaxy. The days that followed were filled with urgent questions, whispered theories, and sleepless nights. Humanity stood on the edge of an unknown future, caught between fear of the unknown and the spark of hope that maybe, just maybe, Earth could survive whatever came next. The threat had passed, but the real story was only just beginning. After the Galaxy Council's entire fleet vanished without warning, the world was gripped by a strange mixture of relief and fear. No one knew what had caused the sudden disappearance, and Earth's leaders could not afford to wait for answers that might never come. The Council had been the most powerful force in the nearby galaxy for centuries, and their silence left a dangerous void. To understand what had happened, Earth's best minds gathered in a massive command center built deep underground, where they could work free from outside interference. Military commanders, scientists, and intelligence officers met day and night, sharing data and analyzing every possible clue. They launched advanced probes toward the last known locations of the Council ships, sending deep space scouts into the void to search for wreckage, signs of battle, or any kind of communication. But no matter how far they searched, they found nothing. No debris, no transmissions, no signals of any kind. It was as if the ships had never existed. Meanwhile, Dr. Lina Morales, the young astrophysicist who had first noticed the strange quantum signal near the Council's space, worked tirelessly with her team to understand the anomaly. The signal seemed to come from a place where space itself, twisted and shimmered, like a curtain between worlds that flickered on and off. Lena and her colleagues used every tool available, from quantum sensors to advanced particle detectors, but the anomaly remained mysterious and unsettling. It did not behave like any natural phenomenon known to humanity. As the days passed, rumors and theories began to spread. Some believed the Council had been destroyed by an unknown enemy, while others thought they had escaped into a hidden dimension. A few whispered about ancient cosmic forces beyond understanding, and others suspected a secret Council weapon gone wrong. The world waited anxiously as Earth scientists worked against time. Then, during one long night of analysis, Lena's computer suddenly picked up a faint pattern buried inside the quantum signal. At first, it seemed like random noise, but with careful decoding, the team uncovered a message. It was encrypted, layered with complex codes, but it contained words, warnings in a language that seemed almost forgotten. Lena and her team worked for hours, translating the message piece by piece. The warning spoke of a cosmic entity called the Void Harbinger, a force so powerful that the Galaxy Council had used all their technology to trap it away from the galaxy. The Council's threat to Earth, the message said, had accidentally weakened the barrier holding the Void Harbinger, forcing the Council to take desperate measures that had led to their disappearance. The entity was now loose, and it threatened to spread chaos across the stars. Earth's leaders were stunned. The Council had vanished not because of defeat, but because they had sacrificed themselves to contain a threat even they feared. The investigation deepened as military strategists began to prepare for the possibility that the Void Harbinger might soon target Earth. Scientists raced to understand the nature of this cosmic being. Was it a living creature, a swirling mass of dark energy, or something beyond human comprehension? As the team combined the Council's ancient technology recovered from data archives with Earth's own innovations, they realized humanity's survival depended on understanding and stopping this invisible enemy before it reached them. The mystery of the Council's disappearance had opened a new chapter, one filled with danger, but also with opportunity. Earth was no longer just a planet to be conquered. It had become the last hope to hold back a cosmic darkness. And as Lena stared into the deep space beyond her lab, she knew that the greatest challenge of humanity's history was only beginning. No one could say what would come next, but one thing was clear: Earth could not face this threat alone, and the future of the galaxy now rested on the courage and unity of a single planet. The investigation had uncovered more questions than answers, and the clock was ticking faster than ever before. In the days that followed the discovery of the encrypted warning within the quantum anomaly, Dr. Lena Morales and her team became consumed by the mysterious message that had shaken Earth's understanding of the galaxy's dangers. The decoded fragments spoke of a cosmic force named the Void Harbinger, a terrifying entity so powerful that even the mighty Galaxy Council had been unable to defeat it without paying the ultimate price. Their sudden disappearance was the price they had paid to trap this ancient darkness once again, but the containment was fragile, and its weakening ripple was growing closer to Earth's borders. Lena spent countless hours analyzing every wave of the strange quantum signals, which pulsed with irregular rhythm like the heartbeat of something alive but unknowable, sending chills down the spines of the scientists monitoring the screens, for the patterns suggested intelligence and power far beyond human understanding, as if the Void Harbinger was watching, sensing every attempt to unveil its secrets. The atmosphere in the command center was tense, with a mix of awe and fear hanging heavy in the air, as experts debated whether the entity was a creature, an energy storm, or something from a realm beyond reality. But the truth remained just out of reach, teasing their minds like a shadow hiding in the corner of a dimly lit room. Desperate for answers, Lena proposed a daring plan to use the remnants of the Galaxy Council's technology, data recovered from their lost ship's archives and mysterious devices found on ancient stations, to build a special quantum receiver that could both listen to and perhaps even communicate with the entity through the strange signals channel. An idea that split the scientific community, but ignited hope in those who believed that understanding the Void Harbinger was key to stopping it. While engineers and programmers raced to assemble the device, Lena led a small team through simulations that modeled what could happen if the entity escaped containment completely, revealing catastrophic scenarios of galaxies swallowed by darkness and civilizations erased in moments, but also moments of light and resistance where unity and innovation could prevail, strengthening her resolve to succeed. As the quantum receiver came online, Lena's team faced moments of silence that felt heavier than thunder, waiting for a response to their cautious signals. Then suddenly, the machine picked up a burst of energy unlike anything they had seen. A wave of information coded in a language older than any human tongue, filled with images and emotions that struck the team with both fear and wonder, as if the entity was reaching out to communicate, or perhaps to warn, or to deceive. Translating these images was like piecing together a cosmic puzzle, revealing a story of a time when the Void Harbinger was first locked away by an alliance of ancient races, civilizations lost to history who had fought with all their might to prevent this darkness from devouring the stars, and the Council had inherited this task, bearing the burden in silence for millennia, until their threat to Earth disrupted the delicate balance. The revelation sent ripples through Earth's government and military. If the Void Harbinger was not just a force of destruction, but also an ancient consciousness, then perhaps it could be reasoned with, or trapped in new ways. But the risk was immense, for any mistake could unleash devastation. Tensions grew as debates erupted over the right course of action, with some factions pushing for a full retreat to protect Earth, while others insisted on bold exploration beyond known space, to seek allies or new technology. Amid this turmoil, Lena found herself haunted by strange dreams that mirrored the images in the signal. Visions of endless darkness pierced by fleeting lights, a voice whispering warnings, and a feeling that the Void Harbinger was not only outside but inside, touching the very fabric of existence itself. Driven by these dreams and the urgent need for answers, she convinced her team to send a small probe equipped with the quantum receiver directly into the heart of the anomaly, risking everything on a journey into the unknown. The probe transmitted back eerie footage of swirling shadows and shifting stars, as if space itself was bending and warping under the entity's presence. And then, just before contact was lost, the probe sent a final message, a single, haunting word that translated to prepare, chilling everyone who heard it to the core. The warning marked a turning point for Earth. No longer could they ignore the threat or hope for the Council's return. The Void Harbinger was coming, and the planet had to stand ready to face an enemy unlike any before, one born from the darkest depths of the cosmos and the fears that lurked beyond the stars, testing humanity's courage, unity, and will to survive. As Lena looked out at the sky from her quiet observatory, she realized that the signal was not just a call for help or a threat, but a challenge to all life, to rise above the darkness, to fight for the light, and to prove that even in the vast, cold universe, hope could burn brighter than any shadow. The days after the probe's final warning, prepare, were filled with tension and a growing sense of urgency on Earth, as the world's greatest minds and leaders raced to finish the hybrid technology that combined ancient Galaxy Council secrets with human innovation, technology that they hoped could contain or defeat the Void Harbinger before it reached Earth's doorstep. Dr. Lena Morales led a team of engineers, scientists, and pilots working round the clock to develop a special fleet, ships equipped with quantum shields, energy weapons powered by newly discovered cosmic particles, and advanced AI systems designed to adapt to the Void Harbinger's unpredictable nature. The people of Earth watched nervously as this fleet prepared to leave orbit and journey to the heart of the cosmic anomaly, where the Void Harbinger stirred, a place where space twisted and time itself seemed to slow, and where the very laws of physics were bent by the entity's overwhelming power. Commanders briefed their crews in cold, clear terms. The enemy was unlike anything they had faced before, capable of warping minds, bending light, and consuming entire star systems, and every soldier, pilot, and scientist had to be ready to face the unknown with courage and resolve. As the ships launched, a wave of hope and fear spread through humanity. Hope that they might survive this cosmic threat, fear of what they might find in the darkness beyond. The fleet entered the anomaly, immediately feeling its strange pull. As sensors went haywire and communication signals warped and cracked like voices underwater, the Void Harbinger tested their resolve with terrifying illusions. Visions of home destroyed, loved ones lost, and futures erased flashed across their minds. But human willpower, fueled by desperation and determination, pushed them forward. Lena's command ship became a beacon of strength, guiding the fleet through the shifting shadows as they approached the core of the anomaly, where the entity's energy radiated like a dark sun, pulsing with cold, terrible power. In this heart of darkness, the Void Harbinger revealed itself, not as a creature with a form, but as a swirling mass of black energy that seemed to consume light itself, with tendrils reaching out to grasp at the ships, trying to pull them into endless oblivion. Battle erupted as the fleet's energy weapons fired beams of light, slicing through the darkness. But the Void Harbinger's presence distorted reality, making the attacks both ineffective and dangerous, threatening to tear the ships apart with warps in space-time. Lena and her team quickly adapted, using the Council's containment technology to build a quantum field designed to trap and hold the entity. But the device needed time and precise energy to activate, time they might not have. Amid the chaos, the Void Harbinger launched a psychic assault, bombarding the crew with visions of despair and fear, attempting to break their minds and will. Yet through sheer human strength and unity, the crews resisted, using neural links to support each other and focus on the mission. The battle reached its peak when the containment field finally powered up, shimmering like a cage of pure energy, pulling the Void Harbinger into a shrinking bubble of light and shadow. As the entity fought back, bending space to try and escape, Lena directed every available resource to strengthen the field, risking everything to hold it in place. The strain on the fleet was immense, and ships began to falter, but their sacrifice was not in vain as the containment field stabilized, locking the Void Harbinger away once more, at least for now. The silence that followed was heavy with exhaustion and relief, but no one dared to celebrate fully. This victory was fragile, a pause in an endless war with an enemy that might one day return. As the fleet retreated back to Earth, the crew carried with them a new respect for the darkness they had faced and a deeper understanding of the courage needed to stand against it. Humanity had proven it could confront the unknown, combining ingenuity, bravery, and unity to hold back a cosmic nightmare. And as Lena looked out at the stars, she knew that this battle was not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter where Earth would rise as a leader in the galaxy, ready to face whatever darkness came next, with hope burning bright. After the intense battle with the Void Harbinger and its fragile containment, Earth returned to a cautious peace, but the galaxy was forever changed, and the people of Earth knew that their role in the cosmos had shifted from a quiet, isolated world to a beacon of hope and strength among the stars. Governments met in emergency sessions, not to prepare for war, but to build alliances, as the disappearance of the Galaxy Council had left a power vacuum that could invite chaos or opportunity. Leaders from every continent realized that Earth's survival depended on unity, not just among humans but with other species and worlds once ruled or protected by the Council, worlds that now faced uncertainty and fear. Dr. Lena Morales, once a quiet scientist, became a symbol of hope and determination, leading efforts to share the knowledge gained from the Council's technology and the battle against the Void Harbinger, teaching others about the dangers lurking beyond known space and the strength that comes from working together. Across Earth, people from all walks of life felt the shift. Scientists raced to build new technologies inspired by Council designs. Engineers constructed ships capable of exploring deeper into space, and diplomats reached out to alien civilizations, inviting them to join a new coalition built on respect and cooperation. This new alliance was not easy to form. Old wounds, mistrust, and fear lingered, but the memory of the Void Harbinger's threat and the Council's disappearance reminded everyone that survival required strength and unity, and slowly, bridges formed where walls had stood before. As Earth's fleet grew stronger, they began exploring beyond the borders of their solar system, seeking allies and knowledge, discovering worlds scarred by war, and others untouched by conflict, but willing to join in a common cause. Each new connection brought fresh hope and new challenges, as humanity learned that the galaxy was vast and full of wonders, but also dangers far beyond what they had imagined. Lena often thought back to the day when the Council vanished and the darkness that followed, knowing that while the Void Harbinger had been contained, it was not destroyed. The entity's shadow lingered, a reminder that vigilance was necessary and that the real fight was just beginning. In quiet moments, she would stare up at the stars and wonder what other secrets the galaxy held, what other threats or allies awaited discovery, and whether humanity was truly ready for the vastness of space and the challenges ahead. Yet, despite the uncertainty, the people of Earth embraced their new role with courage and hope, building a future where fear no longer ruled but was replaced by determination to protect their world and the countless others who now looked to Earth for leadership. This new dawn was not just about survival, but about growth, exploration, and the chance to shape a galaxy where life, in all its forms, could thrive free from tyranny and darkness. As ships left Earth's orbit on missions of peace, science, and defense, Lena knew that humanity's story was no longer one of fear and weakness, but one of resilience and unity, ready to face whatever mysteries the stars would reveal, proving that even after the greatest threats, the light of hope can burn brighter than any shadow.